Whether you're an amateur or a pro, let's check out this MILESEEY S50 and see how it measures up. Hi everybody, and welcome back to our ranch adventures. I'm Sean, and that's Tony behind the camera. Today we are doing a review on the MILESEEY S50 laser distance measuring device. This thing is loaded with features. This thing can go up to 400 feet within 1/16 of an inch accuracy. And if you like this kind of content, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. Okay guys, I'm not going to bore you with an unboxing or anything. I've already pulled this out and been playing with it a little bit. It does come very nicely packaged. I mean, this box is like, it's a pretty cool box, I'm not going to lie. You got your directions are here in the side, but it comes in a nice little case, and it does come with some rechargeable batteries that are in this little box over here. Nice little case that stores it in. You've got a USB-C charger here for the rechargeable batteries. The other nice thing about this thing is there's your rechargeable batteries it comes with. For some reason these go dead and you need another battery, you can throw some AA's in here and go right back to work. This has a mount on it right there. That's so you can put it on a tripod so you can get more accurate measurements. I'm going to set this up to measure from the front of here. Hit that. There we go. And we're measuring to the front door. It's 28 feet from the front door to the MILESEEY S50 right here. So for those precision measurements, you can set it up on a tripod, gives you more stability, easier to track that laser. So the MILESEEY S50 feels really good in your hand. It's lightweight, it's comfortable to hold on to. There's not a lot of buttons on here to get used to or to figure out, which was nice. I was a little concerned with how technical this was going to be to operate. And after playing with it for only a few minutes, it's really not bad. Here's your on-off switch right here. You can just push that until it turns on. Okay. Right now I'm in I can measure from here to, let's say, my truck right there. You get a nice green light. And I am 30 feet 9 inches away from my truck. And if you look over there on the door of my truck, you can see the green light. You can change where you're measuring from with this device also by pushing this button here. Oh, got my hand over the laser. Let me turn that off. Another thing to point out about the laser, it's a class 2 laser. You don't want to be pointing it at your eyes or anything, so be cautious about that. But this right here changes where you're going to measure from on your device. So if I push this here, you can see right here that the measurement is coming from the side. There's actually a red laser on that one, so you can line it up in a straight line, if you can see that on my hand. And we'll show that again later. If I hit the button again, measurement is coming from right here at the very front edge. So, and then if I hit it again, then we're measuring from the bottom. So you would put this against whatever you're measuring from. It would give you the measurement starting from here to wherever your laser is hitting. You can also change what you're going to measure right here. The S50 comes with 18 measurement modes, from basic single and continuous measurements and area calculations to advanced features like P2P or point-to-point and the Pythagorean function, helping you avoid complicated math, which is great for a mathematically challenged person like myself. As I said before, I am not a professional. A lot of these are professional features. However, there are a lot of features in here that I do feel like that I could use that would be very helpful as we're developing our property and the ranch and we're expanding out here. You can change what you're measurement in, millimeters, centimeters, feet, inches, etc. That's to connect your Wi-Fi. There is an app that you can download on your phone, so when you do the measurements, it'll actually show right up on your phone, which is kind of cool. As you can see on the screen, that's a level, so that is pretty level what I've got it setting on. See if I turn the angle on it a little bit, it'll change. So that's a pretty cool feature, is the level on there. So I have this set up to measure from the bottom of the S50 And I've got, if you look at the pole over there, you can see the green light. So as you can see, we're reading 8 foot 9 inches and 19/30 or 9/16 right there. So let's put a measuring tape on there and see what it's showing. We're pretty close. Looks like we're within the 16th inch there. So accuracy appears to be what it is advertised for. So one of the projects that we've got on the books to do out here is our ranch is to put some gutters up here on our cabin. And one of the features that we have on here is a point-to-point measurement. So you can click your menu here to get the point-to-point measurement. Okay, I'm gonna hit this to select that that's what we're gonna do. I've got a green light. All right, so I've got that at 27 feet, 10 inches, and 27/32. So to buy gutters for the front here, that's what I need is 27 feet, 10 inches. That gives me a rough idea. That's not going to be as precise as putting it on a tripod and measuring it, but that gives me a ballpark idea of what I need to purchase for the gutters here on the front of the cabin. So this is a rough calculation. This isn't scientific by any means, but we're at 28 feet here and this has us at 27 feet, 10 inches. So I'm gonna give myself a couple of inches of leeway for the way that we measured that on there. So pretty close. So another cool feature of the MILESEEY S50 is it will calculate area like, whoop, floor's a long ways down here, folks. It'll calculate the area of this wall so we can estimate how much tile we need to tile in this shower. So if I take this and you can see I've got it set up to measure from the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're going to set it down here. Right there. I'm going to go to this beam over here. I'm going to line this up right here on the edge. All right, so for this wall right here, I need a little over 21 square feet of tile to cover this single wall here. I can check every one of these walls and that will give me my estimation on how much tile and materials I'm going to need to tile in the shower. So pretty cool feature that it actually does the calculation for you. Another really cool feature about this, if you don't have a pen or a pencil or anything to write with, it keeps your history. So you have your last 30 measurements are stored in this, so that you don't have to jot them down. They're automatically stored in here.
So we're going to get an idea how this MILESEEY S150 does in the dark. I'm setting in my deer blind. I want to see how far away my stand is. So I'm going to turn the laser on. Looks like 164 feet.
So early this morning, I wanted to see how this worked when it was dark, and it's deer season. So I was in my deer blind and I put it on here and I shot a video and I measured from this window to my deer feeder. So we're going to turn this on and do a measurement and see how accurate that was from the night to the daylight. All right. Oh, did you see that laser? I've seen it briefly. So I've got some pretty bright sunlight right now and I'm trying to redo what I did this morning in the dark. And I actually cannot find the green laser down there, but there's pretty bright sun right there. I tried to put it on the ground and try to trace it over, but then I lose it between the green grass and everything. So I think what we're going to do is maybe we'll go down to the feeder and try to shoot it back this way and see if it'll read that way. And then this bright sun, it's not reaching as far. Now I know that you have to be in lower light conditions to reach the 400 feet that they advertise. We're going to try this in a less bright area and we're going to shoot it towards a shiny metal feeder. And this is should have a lot more visibility in here. Let's see if I can, oh, there it was. Have a lot more visibility when we're not in the bright sunshine, if you can see that green dot down there. And that's 144 feet. Okay, I'm right here. I was able to see it on the metal feeder at 200 feet 11 inches. Let's go back a little bit further.
All right, so you have it at, oh, I can't see. That was what?
234 feet. All right, and then you have the red laser off to the side. You can see that that'd probably come in handy for hanging pictures or getting something straight on a wall. All right, y'all, to wrap up this MILESEEY S50, it's a pretty cool tool. It does do a good job measurement, seems to be fairly accurate. I did have some issues in really bright light. Whoop! Oh, look, that was a little higher. No, guys, really, it's that didn't hurt it at all. I think it's a pretty cool tool, and we've got a lot of uses for it coming up in projects where we're going to start clearing some more land and putting up a shop, and it'll be very handy. Like I said, the only thing that we found to be an issue was in a bright lit open area in the middle of the day, trying to be able to track the laser and keep up with it. I think it's a pretty cool product. If you're just doing basic home DIY stuff, maybe overkill. But if you're a more serious DIYer or a professional contractor or something, I can see where this would have a lot of advantages in making your life a lot easier. If you're interested in a MILESEEY S50, please see the link below and pick you one up. Like I said, I really didn't find anything wrong with the tool. Yay! If you like our content, please smash that like button and subscribe. And as always, go have an adventure of your own. Ooh. Thanks for watching. All right, we would like to say a thank you to MILESEEY for sending this to us to try out. If you are a serious DIYer or a contractor, I think that you would find many uses for this tool. So click on the link below, pick one up for yourself, try it out, and happy measuring.